Hi there, guys. It's me, Sakoto. Ever had a storage system that just didn't want to cooperate? You had all your items organized or situated, and you thought you had everything right. But then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you find out that, you're getting stuff that shouldn't be where it's supposed to be. Well, I've already come through here and cleared all this out and cleaned it up, so it's not a wreck right now, but oh, look at this. Already we got messes. I came through here and found out that my storage system, well, technically this is my cousin's storage system, but I helped him build it, and I built it using what I learned from watching Etho with his Nexus project. So it was a really awesome build. I love the way that it sorts out the items automatically and everything. But I would have problems where something would get mixed up and would not go where it's supposed to be. I fixed most of it. I think it might all be fixed here. But my biggest problem with this here was when that got messed up. Once one of these things got messed up, it started a whole chain of a mess. Now, that was pretty loud, so let's see if we can try to quiet down that real quick here. We'll just do this right there. Well, not all the way off, but there we go. Back to game. So, I went through here cleaning out all these things here, finding items that were not where they were supposed to be. Everything was a mess. Everything was a mess. Everything got misorganized. I had to fix all of these things, and it was just a disaster. And most of the time, I play on the console edition. This is our console world that I ported over to the PC, so I could show you this. I was having a lot of troubles getting it to not mess up. Now, I think it was Tango Tech, I think it was. Someone had redone the system and made it to where you could, it had an overflow protection thing. But what I didn't like about their system, and I'll show you that here in a second, I've got it all built right here. What they did was they extended it by 1 redstone and moved the torches back. This is their design, or what I've seen on his channel. I don't remember if he was the one who actually designed it, but this is what I seen Tango Tech fix. This was his solution to the overflow thing. But 41, seriously? You need 41 items in the slot in order to stop it from, like, getting overflowed? Whoops. Been a while since I've been on PC edition. I'm playing on a laptop, so where was that at? Okay. Ah, there it is. So we'll throw all that in there. Now, it's great. It works. It doesn't cause the ones next to it to go down. But, I mean, really, who has 41 diamonds? Well, okay. So maybe you do. But why have 41 diamonds here just to stop it from overflowing? This is the original design that I found, that I watched Etho build on his Nexus project. Now, I keep forgetting who's the original builder of these things, but I think Etho came up with this one. I think Tango Tech fixed this. I don't remember who else did them, but those are where I learned them from, so go watch their channels and check them out. This was my solution to the problem. A little more complicated. I did it in 2 different colors so you could see, but it was every other block. But as you can tell, you can't really just stack them side by side. The only blocks that are side by side are these ones right here. Right here is the only spot that you can just make a line like this here when you're making your storage system and you're good to go. Instead, you have to do all this miscellaneous stuff here, and it can be a pain in the butt. So this is my solution, or my first solution to the problem. What do we have here? So that was my solution to the Nexus item sorting problem that I was having. And I'll show you that it works here in a second here. I just got to find out where everything's at. So if you throw in a bunch of stuff here, this won't be interrupted. As you can tell, it's doing just fine. Let's throw it right here. Rabbit hide. Bam. It's over full. See? Again, nothing happening. It's filling this up. It's going through the process. It's filtering the items just fine. And I do it down to 2 because the way I have this set up, you use some repeaters in here. And there's a little delay from when this actually runs down to the time that it turns this torch back on to stop them from flowing through. So if I have, say, 18 here, 18 in the filter, see it shows that there. It's got 1 in there, but if you put a whole stack in there, whoops, see, already messed up. But so you can't have the 18 that you usually have in there. So I put 16. 16 seemed to be a good number, at least 2 of each item in there. I thought I threw some rabbit hide or something in here. I must have gotten it back out before it got too late. But yeah, if you put the filler in there at about 16 instead of 18, and you get 2 left over. But 2 is better than 41, right? I mean, I think so. But then I came up with this solution. It's just building off the same as the original, and then taking the whole extending the signal thing, but in a different direction. Here, I carry this signal strength from the hopper through multiple comparators to a separate set that runs through multiple comparators and then into the final repeater, which then activates the hoppers. This, I think, is my favorite solution because you can do this to an existing storage system. You don't have to tear down your entire storage system and rebuild it or reorganize everything. Nothing. All you have to do is go into your old storage system, knock out a couple blocks here, knock out every other block right here. So this block right here, that goes right along here, all you do is come in here, knock out every other block and that category. And then down here, where you knocked out the every other block, you will add a redstone comparator. Okay? And then you'll extend that every other one by 1 and put another comparator. Now you can use repeaters or comparators, it doesn't matter. I thought comparators didn't have a delay like the repeaters do, and so I could get rid of some of the repeater delay, but it still delays it regardless, so I guess it doesn't really matter what you put here. But just extend the original, just break out every other category, extend it out too, and then build it back up to the top. Knock that out, come up here, whoops, and basically you just run your redstone and put a comparator there. So just to recap, all you do from the original this year, every other one of these is still the original plan. I did not change these here at all. They're all the original plan. All you do is extend the original out 2 and then go down. And then bring it back with a couple of repeaters to go into the comparator. Or a couple of comparators or repeater. I get those mixed up, but just pull them on here and add it up and you're good to go. Yes. The original has repeater there. So you've got your repeaters here, and then I don't know. If you like this design, I can do an actual tutorial where you can actually understand it. I'm a little bit all over the place, so it's probably hard to follow. But basically, you just take the original plan, which is right here. You will knock out every other block and extend it by 2. And you can use comparators or repeaters. I think repeaters are cheaper than comparators if you're wanting to go redstone cost efficient type thing. But I'll leave that up to you. You can use whatever you want. I haven't seen any major problem with using different things. But basically, you just extend it out too. You take this, extend it out too. Take this one, extend it out too. Oh, whoopsie. And then just put it back the way it was. And you're all set. That's all you gotta do. And then when you come in here and you add your items, I strongly recommend only putting 16. Put 16 there, and then whatever it is you're sorting. And that will not interfere with anything that's beside it. So we'll just do this real quick here, just to show you that it does indeed work. Wait, what did we put in there? Yeah, uncooked, cooked, and polished stone, whatever. We got raw rabbit, cooked rabbit. Now, the only problem with this design is that when you have one next to it that's not full, let's show you here. With this design, if you have, oops, let's say this one's full. Now what is that? That is iron blocks. So let's say you've got a full thing of iron blocks, and it's filled all the way up to here. The whole thing's full. Let's get that down to 16. I like having it at 16. It leaves a couple extra in there, but still, I think a couple extra is better than having to have 41 in there. I think 41's a bit extreme. Like, that's a lot of extra resources that you can't actually get to. But anyways, if this is full, your ingots here will they'll only empty down to a certain amount. So if you have something in the middle that gets full and backed up, it will stop these from going down. So you get like 48 and it'll stop. That is until this goes down. So once this starts to go down, these will catch up eventually. See, and there they go. Now, just so you know that that I didn't have those two off by this lever, I will show you, now that this is down to 21, let's just take it down a little further. Let's say that's to 10. Okay. If I got 10 in there, I can put them in here. Ingots. And they are going down. See? This does not lock these two repeaters. It only locks this one right under there that's next to this hopper, which stops these from flowing. But as you can tell, it'll still work just fine. Go down to 2. Let's go down to 2. Now you can adjust that. You can make it go down to 1 if you want, but I like having it at 2 just for an extra buffer in case you get a little lag spike or something that might cause it to pass 2 through before the delay gets around. But you can adjust that anywhere from 1 to whatever you want by adjusting how many filler you have. But if this gets full, if it gets full though, it will stop these from draining, and so you might have something full. Let's see here, you might come down here and be like, well, I've only got 12. I know I've got more than that. Where's it all at? You're like, okay, so I'm missing some items. But you look in this one here, and it's like it's full of whatever resource you had in there. In this case, it is iron block or a block of iron. So basically, it'd be something like that, but they'd be all stacks of 64, and it would get backed up into here eventually, and then these will stop draining. So you need to check these and make sure there's at least one open slot, and I can actually do that right now. I can show you that real quick. It's just I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place. I wasn't really prepared to make a video. I just I feel that I solved my problem, so I was kind of excited, and I wanted to hurry up and share my solution with you guys. So hopefully this video will help a lot of you who are building storage systems, or maybe you already have a storage system using the Nexus kind of style sorter. There. We get this backed up nice and full. Uh-oh, I forgot. There's also here. So you need a lot of stuff in order to get this thing backed up. But there, it's backed up, no levers or nothing like that. And we still want our iron, so we'll just take our iron out real quick and our diamonds. Just throw those in there. So when this gets stacked up, you'll end up with something like this. You'll have stuff here stuck, and this will be full. So if you're short on resources, and you're like, well, where's my resources? Check the ones next to it, and if one of them is full, take one out. And just let it go, because when you take that out, this will continue to flow, and that will allow these to go through as well. But that's the problem. That's the only problem with this solution right here. The only problem with this one here is if you get backed up in one here, it will stop these ones from flowing after a while. But as long as you keep at least one open slot, you should be fine. Now, this solution, however, that might have been loud. I don't know how the audio on this mic is, so I hope it's not too loud for you guys. But this solution here is my favorite, but it isn't as easy to make. You've got to rebuild pretty much everything and change stuff. Like these two bricks here are the only thing that stay the same. This one line. Those stay the same, this stays the same, this stays the same, and the torches stay the same. This stays the same. But all this gets changed. And you've got to alternate them, so it's not very, it's not as easy to kind of do like these ones are. But it works better. And what I mean by that is, even if it gets backed up, let's get this backed up real quick here. What's in this one? Rabbit hide. Alright. Let's get ourselves a bunch of rabbit hide. So let's fill up with rabbit hide real quick. And we will test this out. Was it here? Yeah. So we will just fill this thing up complete with rabbit hide. There. All full. Now, this one here still works. And raw rabbit. Okay, so we need raw rabbit food and these things. Raw rabbit. Now, if you have the raw rabbit in here, some of these things in there, throw those in there, throw those in there. 58, fill that up. That will allow these to go down all the way. So even if this gets backed up and it's full all the way to the brim, these will still work as if there's nothing going on. That is my solution to the storage problem. So that way, if you get something that's backed up, your other items will be perfectly fine. Now, I've made this design. I kind of like this. It seems to work. And I made this one. So I come up with these two different designs. So I hope you guys like them or whatever. And by any means, if you can find out how to do this, because this works the way I like the best, to where if you get something that's fully backed up, these ones here work just fine as if there's nothing next to it. If you find a solution like this here that is far more compact than what I got here, and maybe more tileable, kind of like these here are, do let me know, because I would be more than happy to learn how to make this smaller. But those are my two modifications to this storage system, or sorting system. They both work. This one here, just once one gets full, it kind of blocks the ones next to it. So as long as you don't let it get too full, you'll still get all your items. But it will never break your sorting system. It'll always sort properly. It's just once you get your items that are full, they'll go to whatever your non-sorted chest is. But I like this one the best. It's harder to build. It's not as tileable. But I like the way it works. So let me know what your guys' solution for this is. And I'd be more than happy to check it out. And hopefully I can even maybe use it, because the two solutions I came up with are not quite ideal. I mean, this one, function-wise, is ideal. It's perfect. I love it. But building it, not so simple. I mean, it's simple, but I mean, you can't just make a whole line of blocks and then just build off of it, because every other row is different. So just let me know what you guys figure out, and tell me what your favorite solution to the sorting system is. I guess that's it, and I'm out.